Hello all. Well, we got there, the final episode of Daredevil Born Again. Does anyone care, I wonder? It was a better episode that quickly built in some pretty graphic violence, then equally quickly fizzled out into conversations in rooms and posturing. Let's get into it, and spoilers ahead. It opens with Vanessa visiting Bullseye to get him out of the institution he's in, drugged up to the eyeballs, and hires him to kill Foggy. Matt wakes in hospital, says Karen's name to his girlfriend, and then starts ranting about Foggy and his murder. His girlfriend leaves. Meanwhile, Kingpin tells Vanessa that he's been building the Empire, before we cut to him, still in his Kingpin suit, demanding the city be blocked off, only to be told that can't happen unless there's an emergency. So we know he's going to manufacture an emergency. He tells his assistant to weed out the disloyal and his henchman to kill Matt. His assistant has a conversation in the corridor with the police commissioner, who's talking about going to the government and hire, and she says she's with him. Matt hears the henchman coming, and as the lights go out, which is Kingpin's manufactured emergency, makes a rapid exit from the hospital. Goes home and finds Frank Castle waiting for him. We later find out that Karen called him to look out for Matt. Meanwhile, the streets have erupted into violence during the blackout, just as Kingpin wanted. Kingpin's thug squad arrive and a very brutal fight ensues, and whilst Matt doesn't want to kill and keeps trying to stop Frank, Frank is in full rage mode. Once all of the squad are down, Matt finds the one who killed Hector and, despite Frank's encouragement, leaves him alive, but very unconscious. Karen meets them outside and takes them to Frank's hideout, where she tends Matt's wounds, and the love triangle is highlighted. Switch to Daniel blackmailing the council to accept Kingpin's Safer Street initiative. We'll get onto that later. After discussing Foggy, Matt and Karen go to a storage unit with all their old paperwork, and they discover that Red Hook, that's the docks, is a free port, so free from the government's jurisdiction. Something Mayor Kingpin was planning to take advantage of with his docks redevelopment plan. Frank hears the thug squad arranging to regroup at Red Hook on a radio he took from one of them after the apartment fight. But it's a trap, and though he starts wading through them, taking numerous of them out, he succumbs to the greater numbers. But they don't kill him because they're all fanboys and want to work with him. He tells them to F off and they start to beat him. Meanwhile, Kingpin's mayoral assistant has grassed up the commissioner, and Kingpin kills him in a very graphic and gory way in front of an audience, just to make a point. Matt and Karen arrive at Red Hook. Matt's determined to go in despite the numbers he'd face, and Karen says don't, and he doesn't. It's a massive anti-climax, to be honest. Next day, Matt's girlfriend agrees to be Kingpin's Commissioner of Mental Health. Man, is she dumb. Mayor Kingpin announces martial law, an 8 o'clock curfew, and completely outlaws vigilantes. Curious to know how that would affect Spider-Man or Miss Marvel? Matt and Karen have another heart-to-heart, and Matt starts getting his army of resistance together. And when I say he starts getting his army of resistance together, it's a voiceover where you show people. It ends with Kingpin and Vanessa walking through a room of cages with his enemies inside them, like the swordsman, and the last one is Frank. Why on earth you'd leave him alive is beyond me. The story says so, I guess. There is a quite cool after credits scene where Frank escapes. So as I say, some very brutal and graphic violence, which is always fun, and the show built nicely to that point. Then nothing. We fall back to setup again for Series 2. Matt not going into Red Hook felt weak. Trying and failing is fine. Facing unbeatable odds is what we expect from heroes. I mean, sure, Frank's crazy, but faced with the same decision, he just went in to take down as many as he could before they got him. But Matt just thought, nah, and walked away. He didn't even help the people in the city during the unrest. He just went to the bar where Foggy was killed to have a chat. Sure, discretion is the better part of valour, but it was an anti-climax. I'm also a bit confused by Kingpin's thug squad. I get that they're the type of police who use extreme and unnecessary force, but the leader already gave the impression he was still proud to be a cop. So why is he now working for an openly criminal organisation? They can't actually believe it's right, can they? But then that sort of thing happens all the time, I guess, with people only following orders. So overall, this series has just been missed opportunities. Leaden, not overly exciting, and mainly all set up. I will watch season 2, but it's not really tickling my fancy. So, did you enjoy the finale, or had you hoped for more? What did you think of Matt wimping out? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace out.